Hi and welcome to the very first episode of Real Estate Beast. In Real Estate Beast, we will handle real estate investing, but not only real estate investing, we will also have a deep dive into what kind of aspects you need to consider if you want to be a successful real estate investor. Now, just a bit about myself. My name is Michel Kmiotek. I currently work and live in Luxembourg, one of the richest countries in the world. But I'm not limited only to Luxembourg. I also cross borders when I do invest in real estate, which I think is super interesting. Now, in this podcast, I will handle a very specific topic, which is seasonality. A lot of people think that buying and selling real estate comes with seasons and that, for instance, the best time to buy or to sell is always in spring. Now, I will contradict this immediately. Real estate exists year-round. You are not limited to the springtime if you want to buy or invest in real estate. And consequently, if you try to sell, please consider other times as well. For instance, in our business, we have noticed that the most active real estate purchases are actually made at the end of the year. There's a very specific reason for this, and it's very, very obvious. Now, why would you buy something at the end of the year? Well, first of all, you have to consider that most people have to get rid of a lot of their cash at the end of the year and not so much at the beginning of their year. So if they want to purchase something that has to produce real estate income, they will probably consider buying it towards the end because they know that at the end of the year they have to get rid of some of that cash and put it into real estate. So for instance, real estate investors are most active in the period from September until the end of the year, December. For those that want to buy residential real estate for their own needs, will mostly look for investments during the springtime. The reason for this is quite simple. Most buyers feel the need to get out of their current living situation once the sun comes out. Yes, I know, it makes probably no sense, but we humans are just hardwired to do moves in that time. The sun is coming out, temperatures are rising, birds are tweeting, and love is in the air. Therefore, we will quite simply look for a new nest for our family, for our new relationship, what have you. This is the moment to purchase something or to look for a new rental. So as an investor, you want to have renters moving in and out in this period. This is something to consider if you are investing in a new property and you just bought it in December. Now, will you put a renter in December? Yes, you should never forsake income just because I have just told you that putting in a renter in that time is not beneficial for you if that renter should ever move out and you need to put in a new renter, and now you think, hey, I have to wait all the way till spring until I get a good tenant for my unit. No, that is not how it works. However, when you are looking for a residential property for your own needs, springtime is probably the time that you will look into doing so. Now, for us as investors, seasonality is super important in the sense that you can make the best deal when there are the least amount of residential buyers on the market. So for instance, if you would have a holiday period, let's say summertime, when there's a very limited amount of buyers actively looking for property on the market, this is probably the best time for you to snatch up a deal. It could be that a certain property has been sitting still on the market. It crossed the springtime period, but now summer has announced itself and the sellers have still not found a single buyer. No offers have been made, and there you are, coming in with a lowball offer, and you just swoop in and snatch up that property for you as an investment. Wouldn't that be the best deal for you? and for those sellers as well, because hey, they have been waiting for someone like you to just pop up and give them a bunch of cash for their property. And here you are making a great deal for your future and for your family to invest in that property. It comes, of course, with some difficulties. For instance, getting a loan approved when everyone else is on holiday during the summer season might not be as easy as it is in springtime, when the bankers are working very hard to get all those loans approved and to get more cash flowing into the banking system. What we are basically telling you here is that seasons are to be respected. They do exist, and you should take advantage of them. Try to avoid the moments when all those residential purchasers are out there trying to make a deal, and instead try to look for properties that are sitting for a long time on the market. I know it's difficult for you to just sit there and wait for that property to lower price. You want to have that deal. You want to have that rental income. You want to make money. I get it. But in real estate, as you will hear probably more often than not on this podcast, it's not about getting a deal done as fast as possible, but it's about being patient. Real estate is a very illiquid market. It means that you cannot simply just sell and purchase property as readily as you could, for instance, shares or bonds or any other kind of financial instruments that are out there. Those instruments can be purchased fairly easily and can be sold off quite quickly. Not to mention that these products and their prices are known to almost all market players simultaneously. Whereas real estate, being as highly illiquid as it is a difficult product to evaluate. That's why we have appraisers. That's why we have real estate agents trying to give you the best price for that property. But the price, until it is sold, is fairly unknown. We can give you an indication, but the exact price will only be known the moment that you sign the deed. So for you, as the savvy real estate investor that wants to become a real estate beast, you want to wait out situations. You want to look at market cycles. The best times to buy, the best times to sell, the best time to put in a renter, the best time to do some renovation works in order to upgrade the units that you own. All of these factors play an important role in your real estate investment career. Great, but what are seasons? Now, I'm not talking about whatever you were taught by your kindergarten teacher or what they taught you in primary school. This is not, hey, you know what follows up winter? It's usually spring, and that's when the sun comes out and so forth. No. We're talking about seasons in real estate, which make up the very small section of real estate market cycles. In other words, markets go up, markets go down. And real estate, by its nature, because of its incredibly illiquid nature, is a market where the cycles move over extended period of time, right? So we're talking about a couple of years, sometimes decades, and markets can move up and all of a sudden things are changing. Now, it's the seasons that actually indicate to us whether or not there might be a shift coming. I have worked in real estate for quite a while as a real estate agent, and I've noticed that the moment that people start to stay away from purchases, or if renters do not seem to be as willing as they were before to get rental units, that something's up, something's coming. A cycle is about to turn, and it's the seasons that tell us this. Let's go through a scenario together. Let's say that you have closed a rental contract in June. Good period, right? You put it on the market in March. It took maybe a while to get the right renters for your unit, and now that they are in, you are happy. But a few months later, the renters, being a couple, do not get along. They decide to split up and move out. You are stuck now with a rental unit that is sitting vacant in a period where the least amount of renters are on the market and looking for a rental unit. If you have bought this unit in an area where there's not a lot of job migration, that unit might sit still for a long time. So you basically closed for your rental unit on the right time. We are never certain what might happen in a person's life. They could split up, they might get kids, somebody might die, get sick. Whatever happens, you will not be guaranteed to have a rental income 100% of the time. But in order to become a real estate beast, you must take precautions to rent out your units at the right time. If you have a renter moving in June, that's perfect. If they want to move out again in June, you are actually late again, because now you have July and August to deal with, which are the summer months. That's when people go on holiday. Come on, you know this. So that's not the moment that you want to look for new renters. It will sit on the market probably for an additional 2 months. 2 months rent lost. That's not what you want. How can we then avoid the situation? Well, I have something against the saying, passive income is king. I do not believe that in real estate, passive income actually exists. Passive income is a hoax. It's fairy tale. It does not exist. We in real estate know that a rental does always come with baggage. You always have to take care of that unit, although maybe not every single day, but you do have to honor the contract that you have with your renters. And the best and only way to avoid having your unit sit vacant on the market is by being in contact with your renters. Not on a daily basis, I get it. You don't want to call them every single day and ask, hey guys, when are you moving out? Are you planning to move out? Do you have any children planned for the future? Is your husband sick? Is anybody about to die? No, of course not. You do, however, get the chance to be in a good relationship with your renters if you have the capacity and the will to call them every now and again. Hey, how's everything going? Are there any issues with the apartment? Have you had any kind of issues paying the rent? How's everything going at work? Are you looking for a different job maybe? Any case, renters, we really wish that you enjoy our units very much, and we hope that you will live here for a very long time. But if you don't, please make sure to let us know on time so that we can take precautions and hire an agent in due time in order to find new renters should you wish to leave. Now, how simple is that? Just by having an open conversation and a good relationship with your renter, you can avoid having your unit sitting vacant on the market without any renters. In order for you to become an absolute real estate beast, keep in mind that seasonality in real estate is a thing. Everything comes in cycles. Long cycles, short cycles, and seasons are the shortest ones that we have in real estate. The seasons can work in your favor if you're looking to put cash into a real estate property, and it can also work in your favor if you have renters moving in and out. Just make sure that you know what is going on with your units, make sure that you know what is going on the real estate market that you are looking to invest in, and make your move and don't hesitate. Now, I wish to conclude this very first episode of Real Estate Beast by saying thank you to you, the listener, and hopefully I'll see you in the next podcast episode.